Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're connecting from. Welcome to the start of our webinar series for the 25-26 academic year. Well, this is Cüneyt Evirgen. I'm the faculty director at GSU-CIBER, and this webinar series is offered by GSU-CIBER on behalf of the Cyber Consortium for Professional Development. And if you're joining in for the very first time, welcome to you. I hope you'll be joining in for our ongoing webinars as well. Well, a big thank you obviously goes to the people behind the scenes who are making this whole thing a reality. The GSU Cyber team, Jamaica, Michael, and Paula. And as you might remember, for those of you who've been joined us before, this series started back in 2020, but has picked up so much momentum that we're continuing to offer these webinars on a regular basis moving on. And these basically touch on different areas such as teaching, research, or conversations with business executives. And we are on our way to hit the 100th webinar markup. And just a couple of notes in terms of housekeeping. All our webinars are recorded, and the recording will be made available through various platforms we have after some editing of the material. And there will also be a brief feedback survey we would kindly request you to complete and submit after the webinar is over, and share any ideas you might have for future webinars. Everybody joining in, except the panelists, are muted in this webinar, but we highly encourage any questions or comments you might have throughout the webinar. And for the questions you have, please use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. And if you have any queries regarding operation to the staff, please write them in the chat. And today's topic, highly popular, I guess, AI, practical tips for AI in education. And we will try to cover this in a limited time frame, which is 60 minutes, obviously. We might probably need 60 hours to do that, given that we have a very distinguished speaker who will share her experience, what she's been doing, and how she's been actually making all this happen with us. So welcome, Ayşe. With that, let me briefly introduce her to you. Ayşe, one thing we're proud of, obviously, is holds 3 degrees from Robinson College of Business. After completion of her business administration degree from Galatasaray University, she got her master's degree in MS in marketing, MS in managerial sciences, and obviously a PhD in marketing with a minor of international business, all from Robinson College of Business at Georgia State University. So it's another special pleasure for us to be with her today. She's currently a clinical associate professor of marketing at the Daria Moore School of Business at University of South Carolina. Before that, she worked at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga and PricewaterhouseCoopers. She's been selected for USC Propel AI program, which focuses on enhancing expertise in advanced AI technologies. She was also selected to join the Provost AI Teaching Fellowship program at USC, which is actually a fellowship to equip faculty to help them out with the expertise to effectively integrate Gen AI into their teaching practice. She's given several talks on using AI in higher education as expanding her expertise in advanced AI technologies. I'm sure you noticed how many times I said AI in trying to introduce her. So that obviously puts in a great highlight into the kind of expertise she is bringing in. Welcome, Ayşe, once again. We're very glad for you to join us. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your openness to share what you've been doing so far. So, given limited time, let's just kick it
Thank you
in,
so much.
I would say. And AI, as you know, everyone knows about it. Using it in teaching, we know, we hear about it, we read about it, right? So it's not about knowing about AI, but it's about next step. How do we actually do it? Where do we start? I mean, that's the whole thing. Knowing is just the beginning. Doing gets the results. So that's why this particular webinar is a hands-on webinar where Ayşe will take us through a great journey of the different tools that she has actually implemented, gotten results, and other things that may be useful for all of us as educators in this field. Not in the field of AI, in the field of business, but using AI as a leverage, as a platform of tools that we all benefit from. So, Aisha, I want to kick off before you actually share some of the great stuff you already have. Your general view on AI usage in education, because there's a lot of talk. Will AI replace teachers and all that debates going on? So, what are the pros and cons? How do you view AI usage in education in a general context?
Wonderful. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me. Always good to be working with Georgia State Cyber and the team. So first, my background, as you said, I've been involved with a couple of AI initiatives. But before AI became a hit, I was also teaching AI as one section, one chapter in my marketing analytics course. But at the time, it was just concepts and some smart tools, Siri, Alexa, this kind of AI. But since 2022, we are talking about LLMs, Gen AI, and every day we read it on the news. So my view is a mixed bag, I think, because it's a big unknown for everyone. And since day one, I started like reading and at the same time trying to apply, experiment with it. What can we do with it? And on this journey, challenges like it's not a clean pathway. There is no clear answer. Even the generators, the creators of AI, this new form of AI, Gen AI, don't know what it can do until millions of people start using it. So they do limited tests, but even the CEO of Anthropic AI, the Claude's parent company, he admits we don't know what we are creating. So this is a big unknown. That's why I think experimenting will show us the way. And there are, of course, many dark sides, many benefits. So what I'm trying to do in my experiments is, or experimentation is trying to make it a net benefit for the stakeholders. At least in my context, it's the students, me, like how can we use it to gain that superpower talking about. So yeah, I mean, so we are in an experiment, a big experiment, all of us, and education is where we are now, I think.
Wow, that's a great introduction. Yes, points to a lot of challenges as well as a lot of opportunities.
Yes.
Well, I would like you to take all of our participants to a great journey. What can actually be accomplished or done. So the question is, what are some AI-based tools that may be used in the classroom? Sounds a generic question, but the difference here is we'll actually be seeing how it is done and through various examples. So would you please share some examples and possibly demonstrate them as you described? So I'll let the floor to you to go through, to take us to this great, remarkable journey.
Okay, let me start by sharing my main documents that I created. So it's at first when I was reading, I was creating some PowerPoints to share in my talk, but when it wasn't enough, I developed this website. So this is the homepage one, this one. So can you see the browser?
Yes, we
I'm
can.
sharing.
Yes,
Wonderful.
we
Okay. So AI for educators is the summary of what we can do. This is specifically designed for, I specifically designed this for fellow educators, fellow colleagues, to see what we can do with AI. So there are these three tabs here. AI tools page is my repository for all the AI tools, most of them free. So, for example, multimodal AI, I put some like video generation, image generation, music generation. So whenever we create some marketing content, we come here and I ask students pull up these tools like Some of them pick some tools, other students pick other tools. We compare, contrast. I mean, see the pluses, minuses on different tools. Like Google Personal Tutor live stream started here, then they took it to Gemini and other tools. But this was very impressive at first. Like, I have been developing this website since spring. It's not been that long, but even since then, there has been lots of upgrades. So this is where I ask students to pull up the tools that we need for that day's activity. Okay. So sample AI use cases is the second tab I want to show. This is my AI generated work showcase, what we do in class. We do many type of activities. So first of all, right now I'm teaching marketing strategy and principles of marketing, and in spring I will be teaching AI in marketing. So for the enhancing learning, I integrate AI. We do collaborative exercises. So far, what happened was I was asking, let's say you ask students to prompt ChatGPT, Gemini, or some other tools, and then get their answers, but that's not the thing we want to do. So how can we improve this type of prompting exercises? Buddha Box provides a chat box where students can interact with the chatbot plus with.
Well, I guess we're experiencing some technical disruptions at this
Reverse.
moment with the sound currently. So please bear in mind, I mean, AI is technology, and technology is good, and anything can happen at any time. So that's the whole experimentation of all this.
Was I cut off?
Yeah, I mean, the sound kind of gets broken occasionally.
Okay, let me see what I can do. Let me switch my internet to the other one, or should I just continue like this? Is it better?
Right now, it's okay. It's just
Okay.
coming in intervals.
Okay, I'll change my settings if it happens constantly.
Okay.
So I asked students to act as tutor for the chatbot. So they tutor chatbot, and I want them to ask the chatbot to rate their tutoring. So what students are doing, they are enhancing learning by explaining what they learned. Like, this is an example of a student. Let's role play. You are my marketing student, I'm the professor, and I'll teach you about this topic. Rate my teaching. And this is the output. So they reiterate until they get 10 out of 10. So this is both enhancing learning plus enhancing AI skills kind of activity. They can, like, I asked them, you can use presentation makers like these ones. This is from last year, Gamma. And one student who used Gamma came to me saying, oh, it gave me things I wouldn't have otherwise thought of. I mean, very personalized, tailored presentation. And these all have enough free trials. The free model is enough to work with. Most of the things I'm showing are free. Another one that was also very well received by students, create a consulting report about a company. So just with a prompt, they created this one, Coca-Cola Consolidated. Look at the nicely designed report. And this was actually something GenSpark was able to do before even Claude updated its models, and like Claude creating reports was a big news a couple of weeks ago, which is good, but GenSpark was already creating these reports, like this great presentation. Like, these are all related to what we are seeing in class. I asked them to efficiently create these presentations and come to the board and present it to us. Like, do some kind of consulting presentation, so that at least even if they create the report using AI, they still work on oral presentation skills, or we do some critique of the AI output. So there is still critical thinking we are focusing on. Extracting data, creating summaries. I'll skip some of them. Image generation. This is something I developed like 2 years ago. Cross-cultural logos. When image makers were not as strong, they were still making impressive images. Some other promotion tools, creating visuals, and video generation. This is a commercial my students developed months ago, even before tools got much better. Maybe I'll show it just in a few minutes.
Got a velvet shaker, stirring glass so clear. Craft your libation magic, bring the bar room here.
So, I mean, just with a couple of prompts in like 10 minutes of exercise, this is what they can create. So it's impressive in that sense. And even the things we can do now is much more impressive. I'll show some more advanced activities we do in a bit. So like basically what we are doing, I think the summary of this page is you can turn anything into anything else. So that also talks about the accessibility of information, accessibility for different modes of learning. Like you can turn text to speech, text to video, audio to video, like all these type of transformations help with accessibility. Data analysis, when of course learning statistics is not the focus, for like simple marketing research exercise, we do data analysis using some AI tools. One more example we did recently, international expansion exercise. I asked the groups, okay, your job is to extend international, pick a company and extend international, and like first pick a country and justify why, then pick an entry strategy and justify why, and then pick your global marketing strategy. So you're free to use infographics and then come here and defend your strategy. So I guess it was dinner time or students were hungry, all of them, like 5 groups, they picked fast food chains. What was it? The pancake, the International House of Pancakes, I hope. Chipotle, McDonald's, Burger King, these fast food companies. One I put here, Chipotle. So they presented this, but later we discussed, okay, 4 of them were suggested franchising, which makes sense for these fast food companies. But one of them was suggested, what was it? No, direct investment. So we discussed, like, does it make sense when 4 of them get franchising? Why does the other one need direct investment? So there is still like what we are trying to do is do not lose the focus on learning, even if we are using AI to create for content creation. And what happens after we do this is they are so motivated. Students are, I see the joy, like most of them at least, the joy and the confidence in using these tools. I got lots of positive feedback after using these. One was, oh, I'm never gonna use PowerPoint again. One was like they showed what we did in class. They applied it to their work project, and then the supervisors were so impressed. They put the student in charge of the project. So I mean, lots of opportunities here, at least for the students, to show their hard work for, at work. So this was the second item I wanted to show in the AI for Educators tab. And the last one is a little bit more advanced, what I'm doing. Well, advanced, but still easy because you're doing these with just prompts again. So I'm creating some simulations or even some apps using AI tools. This is called vibe coding because I don't know anything about coding. I'm not a technical person, but it's so easy to create codes now. I can generate tailor-made simulation games for whatever topic I am covering in class. So I love that flexibility. It gives me so much joy even in teaching because, oh, I can make this STP tool, like segmentation, targeting, positioning tool, and let the students play and turn it into a contest. They get scores, they get feedback from AI, and it turns into a fun, creative, still insightful games. Some examples, for example, like I read about synthetic focus groups that companies use. Okay, this was in an article. So I said, how can I show it, apply it in my class? Because like the companies, since real life actual focus groups are time consuming and expensive, companies are switching to synthetic data, synthetic focus group. Let's do it in class, just like companies are doing. So you come here, you enter a company name, and then some campaign message like we are going AI first, and then run simulation. So then you get the feedback from your target markets. So this is what focus group, synthetic focus group research is about. It takes some minutes, maybe we'll come back to this, but we get feedback from our target groups in that game. Gamifying a paper is a nice one because this was a paper I assigned as a reading in class. So why not gamify it and make it a fun learning game? So this is the brand pyramid from this well-known article, paper by Keller. And then it's asking like brand salience, which element is the most important? Then students come, okay, they choose this, then they get points. Not yet, okay, maybe not in this one, but yeah, they move on until they, oh yeah, I got 100 points. So this is again another kind of gamification of a scholarly article. So 20-30 pages, a scholarly article. This is still enhancing learning in a fun way. What else? Family feud game, escape room games, environmental impact analyzer, generating social media campaigns. This one I recently created, Team of Rivals. This was perceived well. Actually, I created two assignments out of that. So one is here, AI Team of Rivals approach. I read an article at Wall Street Journal by Alexandra Samuel. It says, I wanted a team of rivals to give me advice, so I turned to AI. What it talks about is when you make a decision, you want to be challenged so that you make the best decision, like challenged by a panel of experts. So imagine you're an executive making a decision on some marketing or like a business decision. So you want to get as many diverse perspectives as possible to make sure you are in the right path. So it's talking about that. So then I thought, like, how can I turn it into an assignment? So I came with this scenario. McDonald's is expanding into Italy with Italian espresso. So this is more like a critical thinking exercise. And then how can I turn it into a simulation? With some prompts, I generated this on Abacus AI. This is another AI agent. So I asked students to come to this link and come to these four scenarios. There are four scenarios, businesses making some decisions. McDonald's, McItalian, espresso launch. So come here and then you have the scenario, you have budget, expert panel, decisions, begin challenge. You see all experts, some are supporting, some are opposing your decision. So you continue making decisions based on the scenario. You do your decisions, and then it goes on until you get to the final decision. And again, we turn it into a kind of like contest. Whoever scores best makes the best set of decisions. So this is another game we develop using, you know, like expert opinions and then critical thinking. Okay, so the other section here, so creating quizzes. Maybe I can show this quickly. This is a quiz I generated on Gemini. Just by picking the tool Canvas, you can generate interactive quizzes. Create 10 multiple choice questions on the topic of 4 Ps in marketing. Just by using Canvas, we are creating some interface. Okay, I'll come back. Oh, maybe it's already done. Okay. Which of the 4 Ps concerned with channels? Well, this is an easy one, but you can adjust the hard, hard, medium, easy level, the level of difficulty. It had some other button, turn it into an infographic, but I don't see it right now. Okay, but anyway, you can do many things with this. In the meantime, yeah, let me close these. I don't need these anymore. So this is how I created an interactive quiz using Gemini, but it doesn't have to be interactive. I mean, you can just ask to create just set of multiple choice questions for your exams. Give me the right answer, give detailed feedback, so your exam will be perfectly ready for and tailored for whichever level and topic you want it to be. Writing a textbook, just with a prompt, I created this Principles of Marketing textbook. It's a long book with a nice design. Of course, I'm not using it because I can't vouch for the accuracy for everything. Like if I have time, maybe I can do that as a project. Someone can do that because now the trend is all these new books that are launched. They are of course written with the help of AI. The level of AI help differs, but like Reid Hoffman's latest book, the co-founder of LinkedIn, I guess. So his latest book, it says by Reid Hoffman and AI. So there is always this collaboration coming. So next generation of textbooks will be this genre with the help of AI. But of course, lots of questions come with it, like ethical, copyright, intellectual property questions to think about where it pulls the data from, unknown. Okay, business use cases. So I fed some documents I created how businesses use AI. So I created this tool. You can ask it to, you can pick how the companies use AI for ad campaigns, and it gives you some examples here. Then you can input your primary goal, your business area, data to be used, proposed AI method, and it gives you feedback based on its knowledge base. Another helpful tool. And maybe I'll skip to the latest ones that we started using in class. So I'm now asking students, when we cover the topic of product and brand development when we cover the 4 Ps, so far we were always discussing, you know, Coca-Cola, Apple, Starbucks, these national brands, but now they can create their own digital products easily. So I asked them, create your own digital product, and then we can continue the 4 Ps with that. For example, using Abacus AI Deep Agent again, I created this CRM portal. This is actually how companies are using tools like this. This is Customer Relationship Management Portal. Dashboard shows me, well, I created these contacts. You come here, you add a contact, and then these are the contacts I created in my in-class demos. And then you enter your deals. Okay, we have a $10,000 deal, activities. Just with a couple of prompts, creating this is easy, and students can now firsthand experience the tools, I mean, replicas of tools used by real companies. And this is the digital product I was mentioning. Okay, so Craigslist, not so safe for students. So why not create a version of Craigslist to sell and buy stuff for only for college students? So this is an app I developed. Your campus marketplace, you join now, and it only accepts the EDU emails. So you can put constraints like this. And then once you log in, let's log in, okay? Once you log in, you can start buying, selling. I didn't put the payments, it's called like API, but it's so easy to do that I got scared by how easy it's to turn it into an actual product where people can buy and sell. Not everything is so easy, but like a couple of months ago when I tried, it wasn't so easy. But now it's becoming more easier. Like I think vibe coding became popular almost a year ago or a couple of months ago. And at the time, it wasn't this easy. Now you can definitely, like, I can see entrepreneurship, individual entrepreneurship getting very easy, and we are moving into that direction. Whenever you see a gap, you can easily develop a digital product and app without the need of a team of IT support, customer service, this, that. You can easily develop that. AI recruitment assistant I generated using ChatGPT, but right now Gemini is better in terms of creating these apps. And the Deep Agent is the only one I think I pay here for creating these apps, like $10 per month. Not too bad. So yeah, these are, and I didn't have time to upload some student work because they generated it just early this week. But they generate apps based on their interests. So it's very nice to see that. How are we doing on time? Should
I mean, this is all fascinating, Ayşe. I mean, I'm sure we're just seeing tip of the iceberg with tons of examples and applications you have fully loaded on this website and all available for free because your website is open to everyone. Now, and the number of questions that have been populating is enormous as you've been going on. So I'd like to prioritize some of those questions, if you would allow me, so that we can fill in the gaps or some
Sure.
concerns that our participants may have. A couple of questions kind of focus on the assessment side of this. I mean, one question is there evidence that these activities are enhancing learning? How do you formally assess teaching with AI? Or are you concerned that you get the AI answers instead of the student ones? Or how were the students assessed in the food chain strategy for market entry strategy exercise you did? So in general, the question is about what about assessing and ensuring that students really learn out of this? How is student learning enhanced through this? Could you comment on those? And that will answer a bunch of questions that kind of focus on that area.
Of course, yes. I have the same concerns, and frankly, I didn't see anybody coming out with a clear answer yet. What we know is we can't really rely on AI detectors. Then what are we left with? Other than trying different ways, what I do is with my multiple choice exam questions, I try to at least like essay is hard to evaluate. Essay assignments, it's hard to know if it's AI generated or not. What I rely on for exams, multiple choice exams, and for assignments, these mostly discussion based oral discussions, oral debate assignments help with critical thinking. That's the only way I can depend. like relating to real life application, reflection activities. It's very important to, yes, create, but then reflect. I ask them to comment on what they think, what they would have done, compare, contrast. Reflection is something we use a lot. And there are so many discussions about like revising Bloom's taxonomy. So this is a whole new territory we are dealing with. So we need to also change our thinking about assessments, because can I show you quickly? Students, like I want to also touch upon the personalized learning aspect. There are so many personalized learning tools available to students. So right now where we are is whoever wants to learn will know more than you before coming to class. But whoever doesn't want to learn, I don't know what to do about that. But it is very personalized now. If students have these tools in their hands, like Google's Learn Your Way, they just enter their grade level and their interests, and then personalize the topic. Look, based on the skateboard interest, Google generates, let me go back, Google generates these 4 types of lecture: immersive text, slides narration, audio lesson, mind map. And similar to Google's personalized learning tool, this Oppo is another one. Maybe, where do I have it? Let me show it too, because I think it's also very relevant to what we are doing. So Oppo, teach me about. You ask any topic, and then immediately it creates this personalized lesson for you. Podcast episode, lecture recording, deep dive, key takeaways, questions, quiz, flashcards, anything for learning. And my question was, how is generative AI used in marketing? So now students, if they want to know, they will learn anyways. Maybe they will know more than you. So what is our contribution on top of that? I try to add more human interaction, more like one-to-one discussions. So more than assessments, what I see as a challenge is smaller classes are easier to manage versus large classes. Because you can't debate and discuss like at a personal individual level when you have large classes. So yeah, I mean, it's only by experimenting, depending on your context, your class size, maybe your mode of learning, in person, online. It depends on how you can develop assessment methods. But more than assessing, I think we can motivate for personal learning, so that, I mean, if we care about student learning, we can put these to their use so they learn the way they want. Because one student came to me, she said the best way I learn is through those notebook LM podcasts, rather than reading the whole text or written text. So all these tools, if we present to them, they will learn better. If we motivate them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I want to continue with a couple of short questions that you may come back. Like you mentioned that using an alternative to PowerPoint. So what are the students coming up with? What are some alternative suggestions if you want to create student engagement not using PowerPoint?
Student engagement without using PowerPoint.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Like GenSpark, I showed the GenSpark presentation maker. Let's go to AI tools page and let's see some presentation makers. I'll tell you. Okay, Gamma is one of my favorites. GenSpark, another one. Skywork, another one. The starred ones are my latest favorites, which change over time. So you can try these, and the free versions are good enough to try. So yeah, these are what I introduce in my classes. But at the same time, I tell them, go to the Create Presentations link and pick one tool, and some other students pick other tools, and then we can compare and see the difference.
Thank you. Thank you. And a bunch of questions also tie into the assessment issue, I believe, in reference to AACSB, for instance. How do you believe that accreditations like AACSB may consider using AI to measure improvement of business school performance? It's a higher level question, obviously, but that's in the minds of our participants as well.
Yeah, great question. But AI is moving faster than anything else, right? Any other regulation before the policymakers think about what can we do about it. It's moving fast. So we have to deal with it even before we know the answers to these questions. That's why, like, I think maybe you can change, like, make sure the weight of AI protected, AI proof assessments are higher than the ones that you use in AI.
Mhm.
One thing I want to mention here in my blog page, the latest blog I posted is talking about, maybe not this one, just 1 second. I was talking about how to generate AI proof assignments. Yes, this one, AI proof or AI mitigated methods.
Mhm.
But some of them still integrate AI, like the one I just showed. You are the tutor, you're tutoring AI, things like that. And oral presentations, that's why they are important.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, scaffolded projects. Some professors are asking for the history, the edit history in Google Docs to see that, you know, it's generated over time, multiple revisions. That is one checkpoint. But policing AI is, I think, too consuming for the student and professor. I wish we didn't have to deal with this, but yeah, there is this
Yeah.
side too.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ayşe. I mean, as you can see, I mean, Ayşe is just opening the lid of a huge bottle full of a lot of things, and we cannot go over each and every one during this session. But another practical question, Ayşe, is, I mean, you showed us an example of sample AI use cases where you created a case using AI and used it in your class. The question is it possible to combine AI with case studies that are already out there?
Let me
Have
think.
you tried anything like that, or what's your comment on that?
I didn't do that, but yeah, I didn't use AI with the some, like, last year I was the last time I used case studies in my class. This year I'm not using. But what I'm doing instead is, if you notice, I'm using the Comet browser, and I love this browser because it gives me a chance to create mini case studies. For example, let me find one article. Maybe this one. Okay. Why Walmart is overhauling its approach to AI agents. First of all, why I like Comet browser is I don't have to read the whole article. It just gives me the answer. Whatever I ask, I can chat easily and get to the point. And let's create a mini case study. Okay, so in one paragraph, well, it's going on. Well, I can ask it to be concise, but nice summary. And let's create a mini, let's say insightful mini case study from this article. Similar in style to the most popular case studies. So it's creating me something that I can use in my class, which I did one time. And you know, like for 5-10 minutes discussions, maybe at most 20. This is a good way to create a mini case study from articles. Walmart's use of AI agents. It talks about background, challenge, solution, impact, and leadership perspective, and discussion questions with a brief teaching note. So yeah, this is how I used it. Other than that, with the published case studies, I didn't really integrate AI, but we can do that if we think, yeah, about it.
Yeah, you're creating stuff as you're talking, so it's that much alive. And just following up on that practical tip thing, one question is asking about a demonstration of how you created the marketing simulation, the team of rivals. Obviously, this is not a workshop for you to go through each and every step, but maybe some tips you might give to get started
Sure.
for people to experiment.
Deep Agent is what I use, but this is the paid one. That's why, like, I don't. Where is it? Maybe. Okay. So this is the latest app I developed, the campus marketplace. But I like to show the free tools, of course. Competitive team of agents. Where is it? Maybe this one. So couple of comments I give. Okay, yes, this one is the team of rivals. What I ask is, I asked, I show the article or some initial starting point, and I ask the AI create me a good prompt to turn the use of AI by Walmart into a fun and insightful simulation game. So I ask AI to give me the prompt, and then I take this prompt, create an, okay. So I take this prompt, and let's use Gemini, because I think Gemini, I don't know about the free version. What I'm using is the free offer it gave, like the premium version, but it was free at the time. They removed it now. Whenever I see free tools, I take advantage. I subscribe. Okay, so what I do is pick the canvas feature and then put your prompt here. Let's make sure create an interactive business simulation game. Okay, that's what I need. I don't know about the rest, but just make sure create an interactive business simulation game. Then it will create the game for us. Maybe in a minute, maybe at most 2 minutes, but it doesn't take much.
Well, we're watching it live. That's so great. Yeah.
So yeah, this is vibe coding. See, I don't know about coding, but it's doing the coding for me. And then when it's done, this preview will be functional. And when I click on preview, I will get to the game. Then I just copy and paste the link to my website. Sometimes I copy and paste the whole code. Depends. But just sharing the link with your students is good enough to play the game.
Yeah.
Still working. But anyway, yeah, this is how you do it. Just when it's ready, preview and click on share, get the link. That's it.
That's it. All right. Well, okay. As I just want to repeat that all of this is available on the website that you can venture into. I just want to switch gears a bit, Ayşe.
Sure.
Another question that I have is, I mean, there are different delivery modes, particularly in the post-COVID world. I mean, hybrid, simulcast, live, asynchronous, synchronous. Are there different tools, do you think, that can be used or that can be more effective in different delivery modalities, or are these all applicable in all?
Mm-hmm. So far, I did most of these. Okay. By the way, before I start, begin simulation. So Walmart AI challenge, the simulation is ready. Since I didn't read the prompt, I'm just going with it. Okay. So it guides you step by step. So I think it gives you points later on. Quarter 2 up to quarter 4. So students can play up to quarter 4 and get some points and turn it into a contest. Whoever gets the highest score may be the winner. Okay, back to your question. Is this answering the question of how we create the simulations? This
I
is
think so. I
so
think so.
simple. Couple of minutes we did it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me stop share then. Okay. Back to your question, online versus in-person versus hybrid.
Yeah.
Most of the times I used it for in-person classes, and I loved using these mostly in smaller size classes. It's you make sure each student is on the same page, doing what they are supposed to do, then you can mitigate the cons of the disadvantages of AI. But for online, during summer, I was teaching an online class. So I had to make sure the instructions of using AI is very clear. What I was doing on discussion board is sometimes asking like their own perspective from the topics we are learning, and then sometimes creative content, generate some marketing campaign with visuals, with this type of content, like images, logos, all these. And I had to make sure the instructions were clear so they are not lost. But of course, like in those type of environment, when you see discussion board essay questions, you are not sure if it's a student's own response versus AI generated. Those ones that look, when you experiment enough with AI, you can more or less imagine, okay, this looks like AI to me, but you can't go with your suspicions. So what I do is, AI is for you to use, okay, build on that, reflect on that, put your own inputs. I try to encourage that because otherwise I don't know a way out, especially in the discussion board type of assignments. So I try to minimize their grade weight compared to the multiple choice exam questions. This is how I handle it.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Ayşe. A question from the participants kind of ties into this. Are you using it, or are the examples more of like problem-based learning or project-based learning? Like what kind of an instructional model or framework, in your experience, do you find using AI to be more useful, more impactful, or more relevant? Or is it for all?
We do in-class activities a lot, and I love coming up with creative ideas, each section, for each topic. I think this is what I find it the most helpful. The flexibility, the creativity, what we can do with it. We are sometimes spontaneous. Okay, let's do this. Oh, it didn't work. Let's try something else. That flexibility is what I like the most. For projects, yeah, they can still use AI, but it's I mean, then what happens is the expectation, it has to be the highest quality, and then they have to defend what is in their report when they come to the board to present what is inside their report. So yeah, I think mostly for in-class exercises I use it.
So making sure that they're not limited to the actual output of the LLM, I think, is a
Yes.
major factor, right?
Exactly.
I mean, there were a number of comments I saw also on the chat in regards to that. That's the fine line, right? I mean, a ready-made soup coming into play. How is the student really using it? That passage seems to be pretty important.
But I'll
And
give you, oh, sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. Go ahead, Ayşe.
I'll give you one interesting perspective too. Some students are so hesitant, so scared, or just don't like AI. One told me I hate AI. Rightfully so, because well, AI has many downsides too, especially privacy security concerns. And then some AI tools, even for free trials, are asking for credit card information to be charged after the free trial ends. So what I do is, okay, you don't have to do. So it's not a required assignment exercise, but like the flexibility, we have to be flexible for those cases. At least in my courses that are not AI focused courses, I can't really require them to use AI. So not every student is dying to use AI in the first place, but I also don't want them to be left behind.
Yeah, that's a valid point. Thank you for that. Actually, one of the participants put a comment on the chat that the AI-based task, the AI-based tools or assignments should be related to the learning objective of the activity, whatever it is. So that correlation seems to be critical. And you just mentioned about AI, teaching AI. You kind of made reference to it. One of the questions is about that actually. If the faculty incorporates AI use in their classes, is a dedicated class of AI in marketing, for instance, still needed? I mean, what would you cover in this class that other classes do not? Just very briefly, if you can comment on that.
Mhm. Good question. I think right now with the experimentation, everyone is experimenting with these tools. I think still we are discovering at the discovery stage. So I see value in having dedicated AI courses because just catching up to AI is a full-time job. Every day in your sleep, 3 new launches come up. So at least those will be the pioneers we can rely on. And the others can be a little bit, lagging behind. That is fine, but integrating here and there. And over time, I think we will see the answer to this question.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned about time that's needed because one comment earlier made in the chat was regarding like how do we find the time to do all this?
My kids are a little bit older now, so I don't have a sick infant that is, sick every other day or week. So maybe, oh, not good, but yeah, that helps me. My kids are sleeping through the night, and
Yeah.
I have some time.
Well, I mean, we're coming close to the closure, but there's just one other question on a different but related topic from one of the participants that I want your comment on. Obviously, there is this discussion or concern about AI replacing entry-level jobs, such as bookkeepers. So our participant is asking, how would you advise to students, introduction to business level kind of thing, that an accounting degree might not be enough for him or her. So, how would you advise students about the impact of AI in their careers?
That makes me so sad because the students, I see the level of anxiety are increasing, especially when entry-level jobs are being replaced. On my AI notes page, there's a huge paragraph of so many news about that. And I hear different perspectives. Some, like there is evidence that entry-level jobs especially are being replaced by AI, but there are still some other perspectives saying that no, humans will still find something to do for in terms of jobs. But what is happening right now is humans or the decision makers, they are lagging behind the pace of the AI. So AI is replacing before creating other domains for humans to do. So that's why I feel the responsibility to, okay, what can I teach so that they will have something to offer when they are interviewing for jobs or when they have their business to pitch for clients. What can they have as a portfolio of work they have done during college? I try to build one of my last class sessions is about creating that portfolio. What have we done? How can you create some talking points or some concrete examples to show when you're on the job market?
That's great. That's great. I mean, well, there are tons of other questions, but as I said, I mean, thanks to all the engaged participants with pouring in so many questions and comments. Obviously, it shows that treat this as a sampler plate, and if you want the full menu, visit the website and just delve into the different tools and comments and examples that Aisha is graciously sharing and openly sharing with all of us overall. So as we're coming to a closure, I share just some final remarks maybe. I mean, some keywords I took from you was experiment, which means deal with that mode, that try out things and give it a try. And it's an ever-changing world. But what are your final bullet point kind of recommendations or suggestions?
So we focused on AI using class and to see what's out there. But one very important thing I think is there are very good aspects to AI and bad aspects to AI. So when we watch the news, we follow the news, we should pay attention to all different perspectives, not only what is sold to us, but what is not told also. So I think it's important to also follow the historians, the scientists, the journalists, like what happened to like some Silicon Valley drama, and why is Claude separate from OpenAI? Like the old employers, they quit OpenAI to launch Claude. Why these things happened? So it's important to follow. And one very influential journalist wrote the book of Empire of AI. I would definitely suggest. So yes, I'm experimenting these tools, but at the same time, it's important not to be blind to all aspects of AI.
Wonderful insights, Aisha. Wonderful insights. That's just, as I said, you just opened the lid. I mean, there is so much to discover, to experiment, and grow all together and reflect on our teaching and student success, basically, moving into the new world as we speak. So I would like to thank, we're out of time, unfortunately. So I would like to thank all of you for participating in this webinar. The recording will be on our YouTube website and other platforms of GSU-CIBER. You can go back and visit it after an editing process. Please do not forget to fill in and submit your evaluation on the survey you will receive for this webinar. And do follow us. Do follow our website for other webinars upcoming, each one of which will be, I guess, as impactful as this one at least. But this one did make a difference, I would believe, I share with your hands-on, real examples of how to do things and how to get around with all of these. Thank you very much for your time. Thanks to everyone joining in. Thanks to the great GSU-CIBER team for making this a seamless webinar overall. Thank you. See you in
Thank you
another
so
webinar.
much. Thank you so much, everyone.